Alright guys, welcome back. Today we're going to go ahead and recreate this brochure, flyer, whatever you want to call it, on our on Word using shapes, pictures, icons, and some more stuff. So to see the image in a larger capacity, what you can do is go ahead and click on the image on the lesson plan, and we can see it right here. Now as we take a look at this, or as I look at this, some things that I see. I see a large rectangle that's set all the way to the back, navy blue. I see another one down here, set to the back, navy blue. I see another image that could be a rectangle and some edited points that allows this kind of triangle cutout. I see a white rectangle with a slight gradient background, gradient background. I have some shapes here with maybe a shadow. 3 images set behind that with a white border and a little bit of a shadow, and then a few text boxes here. Behind this watermark, there are 4 icons with information and a few text boxes here. So let's go ahead and try to make this in Word. So we need to open up a blank Word document. Now we're going to try to recreate this to the best of our ability. We may have to adjust some things as we go through or at the end, but we're going to start kind of the way I explained it with that first back navy blue rectangle. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the Insert tab here and click on Shapes and select this rectangle. Go ahead and draw one, and I always like to make it a little bit bigger than my page, and then we can kind of move it around to where we think it needs to be. So just by kind of taking a glance here, if this is the middle of our page, a little bit higher than middle. So find that middle mark, and we'll start right about there. Alright, and let's go ahead and make it navy blue. Now your default shapes in Word have both a fill and an outline. Alright, so we're going to click here and select no outline, and then find that navy blue. Now this navy blue looks a little, or dark blue, excuse me, looks a little lighter than that actual dark blue that's used in the picture here. So, and I'll show you what that looks like. If I wanted to darken it up a little bit to get a custom color, what I could do is go to More Fill Colors and just slightly darken it up. There you go. Now I'm going to go ahead and hit Command C for copy and Command V for paste. So now I have 2 of those rectangles. I'm going to skinny it up and move it down to the bottom. Looks good to me. Go ahead and copy and paste to create the next, that light blue rectangle. I'm going to move it up to the middle here just so you can see what I'm going to do. So first off, let's find a good color. We'll say this one. It might be a little bit more teal than that, so we're going to go into here, More Fill Colors, and find something a little bit more kind of tealish. Once again, it does not need to be exact. And go ahead and hit OK. Alright, so now to get that triangular cut off of the left side, we're going to go up here to Edit Points. This is under my Shape Format tab. Edit Points. And if I click on this top left tab, or point here, I can then drag it to the right. There you go. Click off and move it down to the center-ish area. Let's go ahead and get that white rectangle. I'm just going to make a copy of this guy here. Skinny it up a little bit horizontally, and if I remember correctly, this was pretty much in the middle of that navy rectangle behind it. So this had a white background, and actually it had kind of a grading. If we take a look at it really closely here, it looks a little bit grayer on this area than in the middle. So to do that, let's go to Shape Fill. Let's go down to Gradient, and I'm going to pull up more gradients. And I think this is kind of hokey. It should just automatically fill in this bubble, but we're going to click on Gradient here. And since I've already done this, my presets were already set, but to do this, if I want to get rid of a gradient, you can see that there's an orange mark around this gradient stop. Okay, and you can see that some things are changing as I click around. So if I want to get rid of one, maybe your gradients have 4 or only 2 stops, we want to go ahead and remove, and you can also add them back this way, and you can kind of transition them to the right, left, and whatnot. You also want to check out your presets. So this is, in my mind, a linear, actually it might be more radial. Radial means it starts in the middle, it kind of goes out. It's hard working with these light colors. Let's go linear. And I'm going to go ahead and make my far left gradient stop one of these 2 colors. I'm going to pick this middle one here. Okay, and then on the very right hand side, I'm going to set this gradient stop to the same one, and in the middle I'm going to make that one white. So you can go ahead and play around with that, try to make it look better than I did, but for the sake of time, I think that's good enough. Alright, moving on. Now we're going to go ahead and get some of these shapes in there. So let's go ahead and we're going to go back to the Insert tab here. We're going to find our shapes, our square, or rectangle, excuse me. The way that I prefer to do this is to hold Shift right out of the gate, and then we go ahead and make our square. And you can see that the width and height stay the same throughout the kind of process of making it. So it doesn't matter about size. We're just going to go ahead and let go. There's no borders on these, so I'm going to go ahead and remove my borders. And let's find that color. So this color seems very similar to this color, right? Right, that repetition of color that I talked about. So we can go here, and you can see that in recent colors, it has both the navy blue and this teal light blue that we've created. So let's just go ahead and use those. And I'm going to copy and paste Command C, Command V 5 times. Let's go ahead and try to rearrange these shapes to look like this. So 3 on top, kind of layered on top of each other. There's 2 down here. One was pretty small, I believe. Yeah, with another one kind of smaller behind it. Oops. Alright, so I just made a little mistake there, right? Kind of grabbed the wrong size, so I'm going to hit Command Z for undo. I'll put that guy up there. And we'll throw that guy here. One of these was kind of rotate a little bit, and we'll throw this one there. Alright. So we can see that there's a shadow. Alright, and the shadow is coming off the top left behind. So to do this, I'm going to select all 5 of my shapes. Click on this one, hold Shift, Shift, click, 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 click. Alright. Now we have Shape Fill, Shape Outline, and the third guy here, Shape Effect. Alright. In Shape Effect, we see that we have Shadow, Reflection Glow, Bevel, Soft Edges, 3D Rotate. We're worried about the shadow, and we're worried about the outer shadow, and we're worried about top left. So go ahead and press that, and you can kind of see how they're going to be layered on top of each other. Now, if we take a look, right, these 2 on my example are incorrectly layered. This one is on top of that one. So really, all I need to do is right-click and say Bring Forward. And, well, that worked out pretty well. All right, sometimes you have to kind of play with bringing things forward and setting it backwards to be correct. We should probably rotate this one just a skosh. And like I said, get it as close as you can. This lesson's all about kind of just experimenting and oops. So once again, grab from the top corner of that square, and when you're dealing with a shape, it doesn't automatically hold that shape. So I'm going to go ahead, click here, and hold Shift to resize it. Looks like this one has a slight angle. like it's, oh yeah, a lot more left on that page. So once again, we're just trying our best here. Oops. That's what happens when you got a big mouse. You sometimes click around on the wrong stuff. So there we go. We'll go with that for now. All right, hold on. OCD's kicking in. That belongs a little bit more up there, and this guy a little bit more down here. All right. All said and done for that. Let's go ahead and get these images behind here. Now, I'm going to go ahead and use real images. These are blurred out ones. We're going to try to put some real images in. So we're going to go to our insert, and actually let's go ahead and, should we do this with a shape? Let's do it with a shape. All right. So there's a few different ways I think you could do this. You could insert a picture, add a border to the picture, or insert a shape and add a picture to the shape. We'll do the shape way. I'm going to do the shape way because I want to make sure that this is a square picture. All right. If I wanted to do insert the picture, I'd have to crop it to a perfect square. And quite frankly, I'm trying to take the easy way out here. As should you. Why work harder? All right. So these pictures have a white border. So I'm going to go down to line. All right. This is my format shape pane. I'm going to say solid line. We're going to go color white. And the width was pretty thick, so we can go up to maybe 7. Now to get that picture in there, we're going to go to shape fill. Make sure you click on your shape, and we click on picture or text fill. Here we can go to insert. Insert, if we click, will take us to where we save files. And if you find something on the internet you like, you can copy it, and it'll go to your clipboard, and then you can just hit clipboard and it'll paste it in. So let's go on the internet and find a few pictures here. Oh, what should we make this on? It's got a blue theme. Let's go ahead and say something with water. All right. So let's take, now the tough part about Google is sometimes when you save a picture, you'll save it as a .w page or something like that, .web page. All right, it won't be a .jpeg, JPG, or JPEG, or it won't be a .png. All right, those are file names. All right, that identify the file as a picture. If it's a .web page, sometimes Word has a hard time understanding it as an image, and you're going to get an error. So let's take this one for example. I'm going to go ahead and right-click on it, and let's go ahead and save it and see if we can get that as an example. I'm going to rename it as Water1. All right, it did save as a JPEG, which is good. So to get your file, we're going to go to Insert, Downloads, and here's my water picture. Now when I get my water picture in, it's going to take that picture and crunch it into that square. All right, it wants it to fit those boundaries that we wanted. Now if you're doing a person, or like even this glass looks pretty scrunched together, right, in compared to its average or normal picture. So to widen it out to the best of our ability, what we can do is go to here in Format Picture. If you lose this, like pane, right, if you close it out on accident, you can go to Picture Format and click on Format Pane. We're then going to click on this picture over here, and we are going to crop it. All right. To crop it, we are going to then click this width. So, oh, no, we're not. We are going to click nope, not offset. Width. Here we go. So we're going to increase our width, once again, eyeing it up to the best of our ability until the picture becomes more original than it was crunched in there. So I think that looks pretty good. We'll go with that. I'm simply just going to copy and paste to get another image in here. And we'll take this one, and to show you the copy in clipboard, I'm going to go to copy image, right click on the image, and here go back to our fill paint bucket and clipboard. And let's go ahead and do one more. That worked out pretty well. I actually I don't know why that went in there so smoothly. And finally our last one. Let's get a little bit different here. I like this one. And I'm going to do the easy road of copying and clipboard. This one looks a little scrunched, so I'm going to go back into that crop and go ahead and change the width a little bit. Alright, so now we need to set it behind this rectangle. Go back to our template, we can see, okay, this one is on top, this one is next in line, and then this one is set kind of, it's the last picture in the order. So we'll put this one at the top here, crooked, move it off the page. We then have this guy rotated a little bit this way as well, off the page. And this guy we'll rotate it here. So I'm starting to notice my pictures aren't big enough. So another thing, when you select all your images, you can also change the dimensions of it. So shift, select all my images, hold my shift button down, and I'm just going to grab that corner one and drag. I'm going to go ahead and pull or start sending them to the back. Send backward. And there's also a send backward here. And there's also this. So what you can do is, this is your selection pane. I'm going to go ahead and move this down. And we probably want it all the way down there. Alright, these rectangles are going to be, so we can see that it's all kind of set behind everything now. Move this guy up a little bit. Alright, there we go. It does look like there's a little bit of a shadow now that I'm looking, right? There's a little bit of a shadow here. So I can go to that white rectangle, go to my shape effects, give it a shadow, and maybe I want to do a glow. Let's try it. Let's try like a dark glow. Yeah. So once again, I've been teaching this class for a long time, and I get myself in situations where it's just trial and error. Well, let's do a bottom shadow. I'm going to do a bottom shadow just because of the white image down here. I think it would make it appear a lot kind of cleaner. And then once you do your shadow, you can change the distance. The distance is how far away from the image it is. We'll increase that just a hair, increase the blur a little bit. Alright. There. It adds some depth to that rectangle on top of it. All right, we're getting pretty close. Now, really all we need to do is insert our text boxes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. I'm not going to do this all on video. I'm going to do these 3 up here, and or do 1 up here, and then probably some stuff down here. Then we'll insert some icons and knock those out. So to get your text box in, we're going to go ahead, draw a text box. Remember, when we draw a text box, it automatically has a white background. So we can go to our shape fill, no background, no fill, no outline, and start typing in. For the sake of it, I'll do the same exact here. So vector. Go ahead and find a font that looks similar to that. Remember, please don't use Cabrillo or Calibri. That is one of my pet peeves. Definitely not similar. We need a... Let's try this guy. Well, I'm failing here. Let's go Helvetica. There we go. All right. So we'll go vector. We then need brochure and template. I'm going to let you guys do that one on your own. To go ahead and do this part down here, what we would need to do is, I'm going to show you this text field. There is a way to get a paragraph written out for you that's just random text. So we're going to go down here. We're going to go insert text box. Once again, removing our shape fill and our outline. And if you type in equals RAND, open, close parenthesis, and hit enter, it is going to generate random text for you. I would not recommend using this on an essay that you have to do. Your teacher might question you, but it works for just getting random text to see how it looks in an assignment. Sorry, once again, my OCD, I saw that there was a little bit of a shadow on here, so I'm just going to add a shadow, bottom shadow to those images. Let's go bottom left. That works. So we'd add in a title here. Now to get these icons, we're going to go to our insert. We're going to go to icons and say we're doing one for an email. You go search icons. You can type in email. Here's an icon and insert. Oh man. So here is one of those instances where you insert something and it gets lost behind. This is another great area to where this selection pane comes in. This is my 11th year teaching, and I really haven't done a good job of teaching this selection pane to retrieve lost items. So graphic number 7, you can see is highlighted here. It's highlighted here. If I drag it to the top, oh boy. Well, let's just, why can't I, what's happening here? I'm going to hit undo. Let's try this again. I'm going to click off my piece of paper. Sometimes when you insert things, it gets, like if you're selected to that rectangle or to this rectangle, the image gets stuck inside of it. So I hope that's the case, otherwise I'm at a loss. So we'll go icon, email, insert. Okay. I'm unsure what's going on here. So this eyeball is not lit up. Let's see what's going on here. So I'm going to hide everything. We can see that it's sitting there. I wonder. Okay, let's go to... oh. Wow, that should not take me that long. So say we still have that graphic there. I need to go to wrap text in front of text. It's late. It's what day is it? See, Wednesday night. Hours away from my baby being born. Bear with me. Alright, there we go. We can grab this guy and throw him down here now. So in this example, there is a circle behind it, and it kind of looks like a bullet point. So if you wanted to do that, all you need to do is go ahead and insert your shape. Once again, holding Shift. It goes over the top. We have that ugly outline. We'll get rid of that. And now I'm going to send it to the back, or send it backwards. Your icon, place it in the middle. Select the icon, select the shape. And you can either right-click and go to Group, or up here, Shape Format, and go to Group. This circle, as we can tell, is that teal color. So we change that to teal. And then you can go ahead and put in a few of those. Oops. Alright, words getting a little wild on me. Sometimes when you're trying to position things using the arrows is a little bit easier. There we go. I must have missed it the first time. Oh, that is driving me nuts. And then you would just simply type out your email. All right, you guys are getting the gist of it here. So there you have it. I want you guys to go ahead and recreate the rest on your own. There will be a spot for you to submit this in Google Classroom. Thanks for watching. Sorry for that mishap with that email. Guys, it happens. All right, so learn from me. Understand that when you insert a graphic or an icon or image and you want to layer it, it does have to be wrapped correctly. Once again, that is wrap text right here. If you want to move something freely, it has to be one of these two. I highly suggest you always start with in front of text, because sometimes when you send it behind text, it gets lost, and sometimes, like me, I forget about this. All right, this is your selection pane right there. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in. Let me know how it goes in the comments below, and good luck.